Omar was a young boy. He lived in a small village with his mother and father. His father was a farmer. Every day, his father worked in the fields. He woke up early in the morning and worked until sunset. His hands were rough, and his face was tired, but he never complained. Omar did not like work. He did not help his father in the field. He liked to sleep late and play with his friends. He always said, "Working is too hard. I don't want to work like my father." One day, Omar said to his father, "Father, why do you work so much? We don't have a big house. We don't have a car. You work hard, but we are still poor." His father looked at him and smiled. "Omar," he said, "hard work is not always about money. It is about learning, growing, and living with respect." Omar did not understand. He said nothing and walked away. A few days later, his father became sick. He could not go to the field. He stayed in bed and rested. The family had no money. There was no food in the house. Omar's mother cried. Omar felt worried. He looked at his father and said, "Father, what can I do?" His father said, "Son, you must go to the field. Work hard. You can do it." Omar was afraid. He had never worked in the field before. He did not know what to do. But he looked at his father's weak face and said, "I will try." The next morning, Omar woke up early. He wore his father's old clothes and went to the field. The sun was hot. The ground was hard. The tools were heavy. His hands hurt. His back hurt. But he did not stop. He remembered his father's words, "You can do it." Omar worked all day. When he came home, he was tired and dirty. But his mother smiled and gave him food. "I am proud of you," she said. Every day, Omar went to the field. Slowly, he got better. He learned how to dig the soil, how to plant the seeds, and how to carry water. He worked hard and started to enjoy it. One evening, his father sat up and looked at him. "Omar," he said, "you are growing into a good man." Omar smiled. "Now I understand, Father. Hard work is not a punishment. It is a gift. It teaches me to be strong, kind, and responsible." His father nodded. That is the value of hard work. From that day on, Omar never ran away from work again. He helped his family. He helped his village. He was not the same lazy boy anymore. Weeks passed, and Omar kept working in the field. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise. He washed his face, ate a little bread, and went outside. The field was big, but Omar was not afraid anymore. His hands were still small, but they were strong now. He learned how to watch the sky. If the clouds were dark, he knew it might rain. If the wind was strong, he covered the small plants to keep them safe. He started to feel like a real farmer. One day, an old man from the village walked by. He saw Omar working alone in the field. "Where is your father?" the man asked. "He is sick," Omar said. "I am working for him." The old man smiled. "You are a good son," he said. "Your father must be proud." Omar felt happy. No one had said that to him before. When he returned home that night, he sat beside his father and told him about the old man. His father smiled and said, "Respect comes from action, not words. You are learning the true meaning of life." Omar thought about his father's words. He used to think that life was only about fun. Now he knew that life was also about duty and love. As the days turned into weeks, the plants in the field grew. The green leaves danced in the wind. Flowers bloomed. Omar felt proud. He knew his hard work was bringing good results. One morning, his father felt better. He walked slowly to the field with Omar. He looked at the plants and smiled. "You did all this?" he asked. Omar nodded. "You have done well, son," his father said. That evening, the whole family sat together. They ate simple food, but it tasted better than ever. There was laughter in the house again. Omar's mother looked at her son and said, "You are not a boy now. You are becoming a man." Omar felt shy but happy. He looked at his hands. They were not clean. They were full of dirt and small cuts. But to him, they were strong hands, working hands. From that day on, Omar went to school in the morning and worked in the field after school. He wanted to learn more and work harder. He had a dream now. He wanted to become an agricultural engineer. He wanted to help other farmers in the village. He told his father, "One day, I will build a machine to make your work easier." His father laughed. "If anyone can do it, my son can." Omar smiled. He knew the road ahead would be hard. But he was ready. Because now, he understood. Hard work brings respect. Hard work builds dreams. Hard work changes people. Months passed. The crops were ready to harvest. Omar and his father worked together in the field. The plants were tall and healthy. The air smelled sweet. It was the season of joy. Many villagers came to help. They knew how hard Omar had worked while his father was sick. Everyone respected him now, not because he was strong or rich, but because he did not give up. One of the villagers said, "Omar is young, but he works like a man." Another said, "He has his father's hands. Strong and honest." Omar heard them. He smiled, but he stayed quiet. He did not work for praise. He worked for his family, and for love. After the harvest, they sold the crops in the market. The money was not a lot, but it was enough for food, medicine, and school. Omar's mother looked at the coins in her hand and said, "These are the fruits of your hard work." Omar looked at the sky and felt something new. He felt peace. One evening, Omar sat with his father under a tree. The sun was setting, and the sky was full of red and gold. His father said, "Omar, life is like farming. You put in the work, you care for it every day, and one day, you see the result." Omar nodded. "Yes, father. I understand now. Even if the work is slow or hard, it is never wasted." His father smiled. "That is the lesson I wanted you to learn." The next day at school, Omar's teacher asked the students, "What is one thing that changed your life?" Some students said, "A new phone." Others said, "A trip to the city." Omar stood up and said, "Hard work changed my life." The class was quiet. The teacher asked, "How?" Omar answered, "Before, I did not care about work. I thought life was just about fun. But when my father got sick, I had to work in the fields. It was hard. I was tired every day. But I learned something important: when you work with your hands and your heart, you grow stronger inside. Now, I respect my father more. I respect myself more. I feel proud." The teacher clapped. "Well said, Omar. That is a lesson we all must learn." From that day on, Omar became an example for other children. He studied well, worked hard, and helped everyone around him. He started a small group at school called Young Helpers. They cleaned the village, planted trees, and helped the elderly. People said, "Omar is still young, but his heart is big." Years passed. Omar finished school and got a scholarship to study in the city. He was the first boy from his village to go to college. At college, Omar studied agricultural science. He learned how to grow better crops, how to use water wisely, and how to help farmers earn more money. But he never forgot his roots. Every holiday, Omar came back to his village. He still helped in the fields. He still sat with his father under the old tree. And he still worked with the children in the Young Helpers group. One summer, Omar returned with a surprise. He brought a small machine he had built with his college team. It helped farmers plant seeds faster and with less effort. He showed it to his father. "Do you remember what I said, Father? I told you I would build something to make your work easier." His father touched the machine with tears in his eyes. "You kept your promise, Omar. I am proud of you." The village people gathered around. Omar explained how to use the machine. He spoke in simple words so everyone could understand. "This machine is not just for our family," he said. "It is for all of us. If we work together, we can make our village better." The people cheered. They felt hope. They felt proud. Later that evening, Omar sat with his parents. His mother said, "You are a light, Omar. You changed your life, and ours, through hard work." His father added, "And now you are teaching others to do the same. That is true success." Omar smiled. It all started with one small step, waking up early and going to the field. "I didn't know anything, but I tried. And I never gave up." His father held his hand. "That is the secret, my son. Never give up. Even when it's hard, keep going. That is the value of hard work." Omar looked at the stars above. He felt strong. He felt grateful. And he made a promise to himself. "One day, I will build a school in this village. A school that teaches not just reading and writing, but also respect, honesty, and hard work." Because Omar knew, true success is not about money. It is about heart. And a heart that works hard, loves deeply, and never gives up can change the world.